Mais elle est très fatiguée.
Oui, elle est très fatiguée.
Elle s'endort.
These young Afghan women are learning French from scratch. They arrived in France just a few months ago, after leaving Kabul in a hurry, as the Taliban were coming to power. Today, as refugees in France, they relish their freedom, but worry about those they left behind.
In my own family, my sister can no longer go to school. She has to stay at home all the time. I'm anxious about her, my friends, and all the girls in Afghanistan.
Since we arrived, I haven't stopped thinking about those who are still in Afghanistan, about my family. Of course, we will feel better here, far from the war, but I'm really scared for them.
Despite appearances, the young women are not at school. They're inside a theatre. The TNP Theatre Company is giving French lessons and acting classes to the 9 women and their director. Naeem Karimi founded the all-women theatre group in Kabul in 2015. By his side, the French theatre company's director runs workshops with the young women.
We dream of giving them a place where they have a voice and freedom to express themselves. What we're doing is not at all traditional French theatre teaching for a group of Afghan actors. It's about understanding who they are and what they want before working out exactly how to put on a performance. But that's obviously something we do want to do.
In creating this group, our main goal was to support and develop the role of women in society. We also wanted their families to have confidence in their daughters, so that they can use their talents, and so that others can benefit from their artistic activities too. With the Taliban in power, all that is impossible.
The TNP Theatre Company and the National Dramatic Centre in nearby Lyon are also providing the Afghan group with a place to stay. Several cultural institutions in France are carrying out similar projects. Aged between 18 and 23, the actors want their experience to mean something.
In Afghanistan, millions of women have been reduced to silence. We're here to give them a voice through our art and to prove that we can freely express ourselves and stay alive.
Since the Taliban's rise to power in August last year, France has airlifted 3,000 Afghans to safety and officially recognized them as refugees. Among them, interpreters who worked for French troops stationed in Afghanistan, like Ali, who's now living with his family in a small village in the Alps.
I worked for the French army from August 2009 until June 2013. That created a lot of problems for us, for my family and for my children who were at school. People called them spies, Christians.
Ali was the victim of a knife attack in 2020. He feared the worst as the Taliban gained ground. The French embassy in Kabul allowed him and his family to flee the country.
Afghanistan is now in the hands of the Taliban, and unfortunately, they don't respect anything. It feels calm and safe here. Next, I need to find a solution for my children.
His goal, make sure all his children continue their education. His 2 youngest, twins, have just started primary school. Altogether, 4 of his 6 children have been able to start school or college so far. But Afghans who arrive by unofficial means do not all experience a warm welcome, says Reza Jafari, who runs a charity for Afghan arrivals. Most of the men at this makeshift camp outside Paris left Afghanistan after the Taliban seized power and made a dangerous journey to get to France.
I'm fighting, we're fighting, and a lot of associations are fighting for a dignified reception in France. The resources exist. Most of these people here left Afghanistan after the 15th of August. There's going to be a big migration flow.
Why is the government of this big country not helping us? Either they decide to completely close the borders, or they decide to look after us in a decent way. It's a lot easier for the refugees who have arrived by plane. They didn't have to pay for anything.
The French Office for Immigration and Integration estimates that 100,000 Afghans are living in France. 12,500 applied for asylum last year, making Afghans the biggest group of asylum seekers in the country.